I'm not here to teach you how to become a famous artist. Honestly, I'm not even the best artist myself. I just love creating. And in the midst of that creating, I discovered that creating something and putting something down on paper made my ADHD, OCD, ADD, whatever you want to call it, brain quiet for a little while. And I had the thought that maybe I'm not the only one who needs that. Hi, I'm Melissa, and welcome to the Yellow Woods. Once again, my name is Melissa, and just a minute to introduce myself real quickly. I live in Virginia, and we live with mountains all around us, which is very beautiful. Considering I grew up in Oklahoma where the land is completely flat. It's beautiful. I love it there, but I love these mountains so much. I've been married for over 20 years. We have two amazing kids, and well, they're really not kids. I have an adult daughter and I have a teen son. He's an older teen, so not really kiddos anymore. I work full time at a private school. I work in the office as the administrative assistant, and I have loved art for a really, really long time. I can't necessarily say that I have loved art my entire life. I have loved a lot of different things. And so you'll find that out, I'm sure, if you give me a follow and subscribe. You will see that throughout my life, I have loved many different things. Um, I do enjoy painting. I enjoy using oil pastels. That's been something fun that I've been doing a lot of lately. I love sketchbooks, and I have fully completed a couple of sketchbooks, which isn't a lot, I know, but um, slow and steady, slow and steady. I love flowers. Oh my goodness. Flowers are my muse. It's my Mona Lisa, so to speak. I actually worked in a flower shop and I loved being able to put arrangements together, and those were just those are so fun. I actually still do sunflowers every now and then. I do weddings for friends and their children. I really enjoy that. Um, I also love just finding beauty in ordinary moments. Um, I love nature. I am a huge, huge lover of nature. Mainly, I just love God's creation, actually. Like, I'm the type of person that looks up at the moon, even though I see it almost every single night of my life, and I'm like, "Oh, wow, look at the moon, it looks so beautiful." Even though just last night, the night before, it looked the same. Or, I look at a bee and I'm like, "Oh, that bee is so cute." Or I see a squirrel run across the road and I'm like, "Oh, I love squirrels, they're so cute." Even though I see them all the time. Like, I'm easily amused. I'm just I just amuse easily, I guess. Um, I don't know if that's a good thing or if that's something that's not a great character quality. I don't know. But, anyways, you'll see as you follow along. I'm easily amused, and sometimes I get tickled at myself, and I don't know. Just part of me. Just part of me. I will say this, I am not a professional artist, like at all. Like, if you are looking for someone to paint realistic florals or realistic landscape, I am not the person for that job. I am sorry. I love those artists. Like, they're amazing. I'm not saying anything down about those artists. They do great. I love watching realistic art videos, and like, I am so amazed at their talent. I cannot do it. I mean, I might could if I devoted the time and energy to it, but honestly, if I had to spend more than probably 3 hours on a painting, I would probably go insane. I would probably go nuts. That's just me. That's just me. Um, but anyways, back to not being a professional artist. Honestly, that's why part of why I wanted to start this channel. I wanted to just, number one, I want to grow. I want to learn more, but also like I want to show other women out there that, hey, you don't have to be perfect to have an art practice. You can just start where you're at and you can just go. So I'm interested in seeing where this leads me over the next few years. Um, so I want to just tell you a little bit about me again, like past the introductions. Now I'm kind of delving into, anxiety and all of that stuff. um, yes, I struggle with anxiety for about 13 years now. I have struggled, and it's something that I'm still trying to overcome. I don't know. Maybe you never overcome anxiety, but before 13 years ago, I never really was anxious. In fact, I was like an adrenaline junkie. Like when I was 13, I wanted to be an Air Force pilot. That was my dream. Like I thought that would be the funnest thing to do. When I was probably 7 or so, I wanted to be an astronaut. Like I loved roller coasters. I wanted to go skydiving. I never got the opportunity to, but that was my dream. And then about 13 years ago, something switched. I don't know. I don't know if it's hormones. I don't know what, but I started experiencing terrible anxiety, horrible anxiety. Um, and yeah, so I have just had to learn to live with that, learn different tips and tricks that help calm my nervous system. Um, and so I'm hoping to share some of those tricks and tips with you all. Um, you know, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist. You should go to those on your own. Listen to their advice before you listen to any of mine. I am just sharing things that have worked for me personally, or I hope to share those things. One of those things is art. Like that has really, really helped my mental health. In art practice, it just like I sit down and it just quiets my mind. There's no thoughts of impending doom when you have some oil pastels in your hand. um, I'm not worried about all that has to get done around the house with a paintbrush, scribbling out flowers and leaves. So, um, yeah, that's why I wanted to start this channel. That's why I wanted to I want to help women who are maybe experiencing the same thing I am, who are experience being carried away by a busy life of working full time, having a family, managing their home, and also, loving art, but also being anxious, also having ADHD and ADD, OCD, all of those things, and just stopping for a little bit every day and doing an art practice. And that helps you calm your mind. So anyways, that's why I wanted to start this channel. Um like I said earlier, my art is not perfect. It's not realistic. It's very impressionistic. I love the impressionism movement. Like it's very abstract even. I'm not great. I'm still learning, and maybe we can learn together. I just want to create the type of YouTube channel that I wish existed for someone like me. A little crazy, I will say that. But I just want a place where women can slow down, breathe, create, enjoy some beauty, excuse me, and not worry about perfection. That's why I'm leaving that coffin right there because we're just gonna go for it. What's the saying? Progress over perfection, I think it is. So yeah, I'm throwing perfect out the window, and this video's a little more contained than how I normally am. Normally, I'm not wild, I'm not hyper even. I'm a very like laid back individual, but at the same time, like I have lots of ideas. I'm very whimsical. I'm very, oh, go with the flow. And so I don't want you to leave my videos feeling pressured. I don't want you to be like, oh, this is another thing I need to put on my to-do list. I want you to leave feeling encouraged, uplifted, calm, peaceful, maybe with a few tips to help if you have anxiety. Um, just a few of those things. That is one of the reasons I want to do this YouTube channel. Now you might be wondering where I got the name The Yellow Woods. Okay, so I am a homeschool nerd. I was homeschooled growing up, and I love it. Like, I love that I was homeschooled. And I had lots of nerdy hobbies growing up. Um, but one of the things that I remember my mom saying a lot was the Robert Frost poem. I think it's The Road Not Taken. Anyways, she had learned that in high school, and she would just randomly just start quoting the poem. And yes, I say poem weird. It's because I grew up in Oklahoma, and that's how we say poem. So I apologize for that in advance, as that's how I will pronounce it from here on out on this channel. But she would just burst out in this poem every so often. And I don't know, it's just such a fun memory for me, and just kind of also shows me too, because sometimes I will randomly burst out in a poem I memorized years ago, or a song that won't stop going over in my head. But I also love the Yellow Woods because it also, like, it shows choosing a different path. And that is one thing that I've always loved. I've always kind of prided myself on being different, like not weird different. And I'm sorry, like, no offense if I don't want to offend anybody with that, but like just different. Like, I love choosing different things, or specifically doing things a different way than other people do it, because like, hey, I want to be different. I don't want to be like everybody else. So like choosing a different path in the Yellow Woods, that's another reason. Not always taking the busy road, and finding beauty in ordinary places, and I just love nature. I love nature, so that's another reason. Um, and to me, the Yellow Woods is a reminder that sometimes the quieter path is the one that brings the most peace. Isn't that nice? I love thinking about that. And so, yeah, that's why it's called the Yellow Woods. Um, what can you expect from me? That's a good question. Because honestly, I kind of have like an idea of what I want to do. Um, but I have said a few times I have ADD, ADHD, so I might get just this wild random thought and run with it. But what I want to try to offer, and what I want to try to stay consistent in, is things like messy art sessions with some oil pastels, acrylic painting, sketchbooks, trying new supplies, experiments that don't always work. Those types of things. I want to try those. Creative encouragement. I want to encourage women who work full time or are just super, super busy to kind of slow down, make some time for yourself, and just enjoy having an art practice that is just for you, that can calm your mind, that can give you peace, give you joy, that can, where, at the end of the day, where you can look back and be like, oh, I'm so thankful I made time for that. That really just kind of improved my attitude and changed how I felt about the day. Um, I hope to include some quiet moments, nature related things, cozy mornings, coffee, gentle conversations, things like that. Think like, I don't know. When I think of those things, I think of like Anne of Green Gables. I don't know why. That just is so peaceful to me. Just things like that. Just random things, flowers and uh, insects and things. I don't know. Just nature nerdiness. There we go. Nature nerdiness. I like that. I like the name of that. Maybe some behind the scenes. I am building an art business. I'm building it from scratch. It's not a perfect art business. It's a learning art business where women can come alongside me and learn with me as I'm not perfect. Like I have a very different style. It's not a perfect style, but it's a learning style. It's an evolving style. So you can come along with me with that. I have an Etsy shop that I hope to add to, and you can be along for the ride with that. Designing products, maybe I can show some of those things. Um, Learning as I go. This is just a learning process for me, for sure. And I'm going to share both my successes and my failures. I don't have it all figured out, but I'm just going to bring you right along as I do figure it out. If I ever figure it out, I don't know. Do we ever figure it out? Um, and one of the most important things I want to spend the last little bit talking about is my faith. My faith is a huge part of who I am. It will naturally show up here from time to time. I hope that I can encourage people and with how I create and reflect. I hope that it reflects God's love and the peace that He's brought into my life. Um, I'm so thankful for His guidance. I'm so thankful for Him. And that's just part of me. That's part of who I am. And so it will show up on here. Um, and I just want to share, His goodness and mercy in my life. And I'm so thankful for that aspect of that, of my life. Um, if all of this sounds like something that you would enjoy, I would love for you to subscribe and join me in making some messy art, learning together, laughing at our mistakes, and hopefully build a little corner of the internet that's a bit quieter and kinder and full of beautiful and perfect creativity. So, if you lasted this long, thank you so much for being here. I truly cannot wait to see where this journey takes us. Have a great day, y'all.